names. Your name is Toby. I want to hear you say it. Your name is Toby. You're going to learn to say your name. Let me hear you say it. What's your name?
Kunta Kinte.
And he's one of these guys who, you know, he's like Clarence Thomas, black Republican who believes in pulling yourself by your bootstraps, rather than, to me, understanding the systemic racism that African Americans face in this country and other minorities. He doesn't get it, neither does Clarence.
You ain't black.
Have many conservative values that I will talk to you about. And so if you look at your network that you're standing behind, yes, and when you look at your network that you're standing behind, you're saying that you look at Chris Cuomo.
I feel like that's an oxymoron, a black Republican.
If I see a black person walking around with Trump mugshot, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Charles.
No. No, Gail.
Charles.
Gail.
You really can't say that because you don't mean that.
Oh, I mean that sincerely. I'm gonna just tell you something.
And then you will be arrested for assault. And then what?
I'm gonna bail myself out and go celebrate.
Absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Hey there. Welcome back to Belly News. And today, we're cozying up with a topic that's as thought-provoking as it is vital. Imagine living in a diverse neighborhood. People cruising in an array of cars, sporting clothes that tell 1,000 stories, and beautiful, friendly families live all around. In this neighborhood, everyone's choice is respected. No one, and I mean no one, tells you what you should like, where, or what to do. Sounds like freedom, right? Suddenly, there's this sick expectation, especially for Black folks, to align with the Democratic Party as if it's the only choice on the menu?
The reason I think the Democratic Party and Mr. Biden, President Biden, is losing black votes is they only care about black people every 4 years. They come into our neighborhoods and say, we're gonna make stuff better. We're gonna do this, do this, do this. And then finally, us black people are like, man, other than my ability to dunk a basketball, all my neighborhoods are still the same. Our schools are still the same.
Exactly, Charles. That's why you got out of there. So who are you to judge? Why should Black Americans' political choices be boxed into one ideology? Who's truly being racist here? Let's get real. Across the nation,
President Biden
we're witnessing a stir.
Because of who he ran
Black
with,
voters
he was in the White House
back.
for the 8 previous years. I felt like he had the experience, but definitively right now, I couldn't tell you that if they open the polls tomorrow, I'm voting for Joe Biden.
So what changed?
Life, the inflation and the things that we're going through right now. I want the right person so that I'm not paying $8 for eggs, $15 for gas.
Even though things may be improving economically, but you feel there's a disconnect.
Yeah, there is a disconnect. But the way these last 3 or 4 years have been, this is the worst it's ever been in my life. I never would have even considered thinking about voting for Donald Trump. But living in America these last 4, it's a consideration.
Scrutinizing the menu of political options and saying, wait a minute, I have a voice and a choice. And it's about time. The message is loud and clear.
So in 2008 and 2012, you voted for?
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. 2016?
I voted for Donald Trump.
Hillary Clinton. 2020?
Donald Trump.
Biden. And who will you vote for in 2024?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
And this, my friends, is democracy in its purest form.
What do you think of former President Trump?
I think President Trump was a bad people's person, but a great leader. He put our economy in a booming state. He provided a permanent funding for all HBCUs.
Continue to take Black voters for granted and think that all you have to do is emotionally rouse us, and then in some way that's going to lead to a victory. We're beyond that. We want what everybody else wants. We want policies that are going to actually support and lift up our communities.
Choosing based on what resonates with your values, personal needs, and aspirations. It's about embracing what you believe in, not conforming to a preset narrative.
To see this message out there that the white man is the reason why blacks are doing bad. No, it's the elected leaders that are representing those communities that are not serving those communities. When I won, this was also in the middle of COVID. And there was a huge defund the police movement. And I was the only Democrat really running on, no, we do not need to defund the police. I was also the only Democrat running on school choice and parent choice. I've only been in office for 3 years, but I am extremely disappointed in what I have seen. You know, the very first bill was a special needs scholarship bill, and the Democrats were against the special needs scholarship bill. My charge to them was children with special needs are special. And that was the first time that I voted against the Democrats. I just knew that I was not going to vote for things just because someone told me to, because it was a party decision. I wanted to vote for things that actually impacted people in a positive way. These are their positions, and you don't agree with any of their positions. It's like, okay, well, maybe you're not a Democrat. If your position is you don't want to keep communities safe, if your position is it's okay for kids to be in schools where 97% can't read, I don't want to be a part of any group that feels that way. I have switched parties recently. I was a Democrat loyalist. I had no idea that these were ideals that the Democrats didn't believe in. There are millions of people that are Democrats, registered Democrats, because that's all we know, because that's just what we're supposed to be. I know that no party is perfect. I know that one party does not have all the answers, but I do know that the priorities that Black inner city communities need, the Republicans are fighting for those issues, not the Democrats. Politics is all about fear. If you can tell someone something and make them very emotional with their vote or fearful when they're voting, then they have their vote. I am still a Christian listening to the Holy Spirit within me. I am still a single mom. Nothing changes except now I'm with a party that supports my community.
So, what's the takeaway? It's simple. Embrace the freedom to choose.